Yes, clowning is an art form, it is. Orlando, now, Bryce's character, she, as we mentioned, she runs these improv classes, which essentially, for people that don't know, is, you know, acting, making it up as you go along without a script.
Whose line it is anyway.
Exactly, essentially that.
Yeah.
Now, she convinces both of your characters to join her on this caper. So what kind of trouble do they find themselves in?
All sorts.
All sorts, yeah.
It sort of escalates. It starts as a sort of glance at the newsagents. They're selling blocks of cigarettes, so Sean Bean approaches us to say, well, we want to just nab them. We're not going to bother police with this. It's sort of an easy snatch. And we walk into this newsagents, as you sort of see there, and it escalates.
It all gets
it escalates.
it all gets out of hand from there on, really.
It does indeed. And you play Hugh. That's your character, and he's not brilliant at improv, is he?
No, he's not. He's really bad. I mean, he's at a weird kind of crossroads in his life.
And Orlando, you mentioned Sean Bean. You've worked with him before, of course. Was it nice to be reunited?
Yeah, Sean's just a legend.
Yeah. Do you know what? We were saying earlier, we've had loads of people. We haven't had Sean Bean on the sofa for a while, but lots of people talking about how wonderful he is.
He's a great man.
He's essentially the sort of UK version of Kevin Bacon, isn't it? There is like 6 degrees of separation via Sean Bean. Everyone loves him.
I'd never met him, but had an idea of what he might be like just from, obviously, everything that he's done, and he was absolutely bang on. He was just the nicest gentleman. I mean,
where's my cup of tea?
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
He's great.
Now, Orlando, apparently you struggle to keep a straight face during many of the scenes, particularly with Nick. How does one, you know, remain, you know, composed in the company of Nick Mohammed when he's doing his best work?
With great difficulty, I can tell you. He's well, it was brilliant to watch him, especially that one particular scene in the club.
Yeah, which we probably can't talk about.
Yeah, you're right.
On a 7 o'clock show.
You're right.
But there were. Look, that's very kind of you to say. But
it's going to be memeable. Some of what he's doing is so.
But everyone was cracking in that. Some of the stuff that you did, and Bryce, when Bryce had to be like drunk and pretend her name was something different. I mean, there were so many little moments in the show, and it's just so wonderfully written or adapted by Ben and Alex, who wrote this sharp script.
Everything's in the writing.
Detectives. Yeah, it was all there already.
It was all
really.
sort of executed because the writing was so good, the premise was so funny. When you know, it's easy to take yourself too seriously, right? But it's very funny when you see somebody taking themselves too seriously. And so that was an easy in for me and my character. He's like, Marlon is just like this out of work actor, and then he turns into Roach, this Mancunian lunatic who is deep cover and takes it all too seriously. And Nick's this sort of, you know, I mean, your character Hugh's like, he's like the squire, we called him, and he's like the most dangerous, but he's the most unlikely dangerous. All the premise and the way that the script came together was just excellent.
The script was so good. And I think it's that really tricky thing of actually, for an action comedy, to try and balance, you know, those two things. It's quite a dance, I think, because they pull against each other sometimes, but it's just such a delicate script, and it handles both brilliantly without sacrificing the other. So that the action sequences feel like proper action sequences. The comedy feels like real.
You both obviously really enjoyed it, which is lovely to see. You can watch Deep Cover on Prime Video from Thursday, the 12th of June. Thank you so much.
Thank you.